Welcome back to Views with Hughes, your Jennifer News. This is Jerome Hughes, and story of the hour. Leslye Headland has been condemned by her own. Now, before we get into the story, I'm going to let y'all know again that we're under a severe heat advisory and everything, like a heat wave is happening in dark parts of the U.S. So if you're in the places where you're getting a lot of heat and stuff, or the heat indexes are going to be up in the higher than normal ranges and stuff, make sure you go ahead and keep yourself safe. Try to stay cool as much as possible. And also, if you have pets, go ahead and bring them inside as much as possible. And if you have kids, go ahead and keep an eye on them, or if you have to, keep them inside and everything, because this is going to be a scorcher, okay? So we're going to go ahead and get into it. Everyone is familiar with Wookieepedia. You know, after the 4th episode of The Acolyte premiered, they got a lot of flack for actually changing up the story and the origins of Ki-Adi-Mundi's origin story and stuff, and as to justify why he should have been in The Acolyte and stuff. But now, seems to me we're starting to see a bit of a different tune. You see, Wookieepedia, the online encyclopedia for Star Wars, is finding itself in another mess. It's not really surprising, since the site is run by a bunch of woke activists who seem focused on pushing a gay and transgender agenda. Now, they've gone as far as suggesting that Luke Skywalker is gay, and now they include pronouns on all of the other character entries. And this clearly shows that they're trying to promote different woke ideologies. Now, their latest controversy involves changing the birth date or the year for Ki-Adi-Mundi, the character from the Star Wars universe. This change has angered a lot of fans who feel it messes with the established Star Wars lore itself. And on top of that, they've suddenly condemned Leslye Headland, the showrunner for the new Star Wars series and The Acolyte. And this is only added to the perception that Wookieepedia is more interested in pushing a political agenda than staying true to the Star Wars stories the fans love. Now, a couple of days ago, John Trent from That Park Place published a story that's entitled "Wookieepedia Technically Condemns Leslye Headland for Declaring Those Who Oppose Wokeness Are Not Star Wars Fans." All right, and I'm here to provide the overview and the summary from this story as well. Now, John Trent wrote the article from thatparkplace.com, and I'm going to have this linked in the description below. Now, remember, Leslye Headland told the New York Times before The Acolyte premiered, "As a fan myself, I know how frustrating some Star Wars fans' storytelling in the past have been. I felt it myself," she added in a text message. "I stand by my empathy for the Star Wars fans, but I want to be clear. Anyone who engages in bigotry, racism, or hate speech, I don't consider a fan." Now, these are just simply buzzwords aimed at people who don't even agree with the LGBTQ agenda or the diverse or DEI agenda and other woke ideologies that Lucasfilm, Disney, and even Star Wars now pushing the content. Now, the franchise itself has become a platform for this particular propaganda, and The Acolyte is just the latest and the most blatant example. Now, what I found hilarious was the Wookieepedia posting, "Star Wars is for everyone. You may not like everything that gets produced, but that does not give you the right to tell others they can't enjoy it. Not every piece of media released will resonate with every fan, and that's okay. Enjoy what you enjoy." Now, this particular idea is nonsense, and some things are better than others, and that's what the Academy Awards are for, even though I don't watch them or care about them. But there's an objective value in art. Some things are genuinely better than others. Just because you think something isn't great doesn't mean it actually is. And this lie has been pushed on us for years. Now, Wookieepedia then said, and I believe this was addressed to also Leslye Headland, if you like Star Wars, you're a Star Wars fan. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. This means if you like Star Wars, you're a fan, despite what Leslye Headland says about those who oppose woke ideology. And it's funny because Leslye Headland, as well as others, tried to defend The Acolyte with this message, but they just end up contradicting themselves and condemning Leslye Headland, and their arguments are contradictory, hypocritical, and don't even make sense. Now, Wookieepedia is also involved in changing the birth year of Ki-Adi-Mundi. The current canon page just doesn't list the birth date, but it says that Ki-Adi-Mundi took part in a meeting in 132 BBY before Yavin. And previous entries and the current Legends entry listed his birth year at 93 BBY as established in the Star Wars Republic, which is the prelude to the Rebellion comic. And he said to be 60 years old just before the Phantom Menace, which took place in 33 BBY. So apparently the math is just mathing, because he just have been born around 93 BBY, making him not even born yet in 132 BBY when the Acolyte takes place. A Topps card even noticed that he was born in 92 BBY, and some people claim that this is canon, but guess what it is? Guess what? It is. This stuff was created around the Phantom Menace and likely with George Lucas's guidance. One editor, Camel Live, was making 4 edits regarding Ki-Adi-Mundi, and they got blocked from the page. And the reason given was adding unverified information, but there is a verified information showing he was born in 92 BBY. Now, the blocking is just dumb and basically disingenuous. Now, this controversy exposes Wookieepedia as unreliable. In other words, they're a Disney Lucasfilm shill, all right? And a lot of people use this site to check sources, but many times their articles don't even match up with the source material. And their reputation, Wookieepedia reputation, has already been damaged when they became woke activists for Lucasfilm and Disney. And you know what? It's not surprising because of the fact that this is like everyone at Lucasfilm is all about, agenda first and entertainment second. All right. There's nothing but activists working for Lucasfilm right now. I don't see any, creators or stuff like that. But the fact of the matter is that, this whole thing is a big mess. And I'm just Leslye Headland has an uphill battle for herself, because she's been condemned by her own. Okay, in a subtle manner, but condemned nonetheless. All right, so let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Also, be sure to include any additional thoughts or details you might have in this particular topic. If you enjoyed what I shared in this video, go ahead and smash the like button, share far wide across social media. And if you haven't done so already, one more thing I do want to mention though, okay? And the crazy part about all of this is that the fans are actually catching on to this. All right, we've caught on to this. We've actually learned that, that we know that this is failing, and guess what? We're winning, okay? Or at least those who are still left over in the Star Wars franchise as fans and stuff all know that we're winning, all right? And they're still calling the fans the vocal minority and stuff when the fans actually become the vocal majority, okay? Now, there's a lot of people who still in tune into Star Wars with the George Lucas renditions of it, as well as Jon Favreau good stuff. I'm talking about the first 2 seasons of The Mandalorian, okay? But the Acolyte is falling on deaf's ears. Wookieepedia is basic. We've all known that Wookieepedia has been Disney shills and woke activists for Lucasfilm and stuff. But the fact of the matter is, now this simply confirms our suspicion about them. So let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Also, be sure to include any additional thoughts you might have with this particular video. If you enjoyed what I shared in this video, go ahead, smash the like button, share far wide across social media. And if you haven't done so already and you enjoyed all the content that I put out there, go ahead, subscribe to the channel. Click the bell notification so that way you'll be notified of future uploads and updates. Until then, peace.